For many in Puerto Rico, it was one murder too many. 34-year-old publicist José Enrique Gomez was killed last week when a mugging took a gruesome turn. According to reports from local media, the robbers forced him to withdraw money from an ATM machine before burning him alive. The horrific murder has shocked the island's inhabitants, who soon took to social networks to pay their respects to the victim. Over the past few days, numerous Puerto Ricans, including well-known faces like the singer Ricky Martin, have uploaded photos in which they're holding a sign reading, "We are all José Enrique," to condemn the crime, express solidarity with his family, and demand the perpetrators be harshly punished by the authorities. The killing has also sparked a campaign promoting peace in Puerto Rico. Crime, which is largely drug trafficking related, has been steadily growing in recent years. Rallies and marches have been coordinated via social media platforms, both on the island and across the globe, to denounce this climate of insecurity. But could online campaigning help bring down homicide rates in Puerto Rico? Well, the authorities seem to think so. The government has recently set up a number of Twitter accounts for prisoners, some of them guilty of murder, to relate their day-to-day life in prison, in the hope it will discourage young people from following the same path. Tensions have reached new heights in Egypt in the run-up to the referendum on a controversial draft constitution that's divided the country. And in recent days, as the political crisis worsens, fierce clashes have broken out outside the presidential palace in Cairo's Heliopolis district between supporters and opponents of the Islamist government. And it's been reported that supporters of the Muslim Brotherhood captured and tortured political opponents of the president Mohamed Morsi. These images were uploaded by news site Watan and are thought to show visual evidence of the abuse inflicted on detained protesters to force them to admit they were paid to take part in demonstrations against the president. Female blogger Zenobia has compiled these photos from social networks, purporting to show the traces of torture on the bodies of detainees. The pictures were taken in the Heliopolis Public Prosecutor's Office after they were handed over to the authorities by their captors. They were later released without charge. Former Ambassador Yahya Nem was among those captured, and in this video he describes his abuse in captivity, where his jailers accused him of being a spy. He says that even police officers appear to be taking their orders from the Muslim Brotherhood. According to a journalist from Egyptian daily Al Masri Al Yum, who was able to infiltrate what he describes as a Muslim Brotherhood torture chamber, police officers were indeed present when the torture was taking place. 2012 will soon be over, and Twitter has unveiled a roundup of the major events that got microbloggers tweeting over the past 12 months. The social network has compiled a ranking of this year's top 3 tweets. And in first position, American President Barack Obama announcing his re-election on November 6th. These 3 little words became the most retweeted ever, with over 810,000 web users reposting. In second place, a touching message from Canadian singer Justin Bieber paying tribute to a little girl who died from cancer. The post was retweeted over 220,000 times. And the third most popular tweet of 2012 comes from American football player TJ Lang, who took to Twitter after a match back in September to openly criticize the referees. And as far as conversations are concerned, well, this year the lion's share goes to sporting events. The London Olympic Games, the 2012 European Football Championship, and also the American Super Bowl generated hundreds of millions of messages from fans the world over. No less than 150 million tweets were posted over the 16 days of competition in the British capital over the summer, and over 13 million tweets during the final of the American Football Championships. And there were also more serious topics hitting the Twitter headlines throughout 2012. The American presidential election, for example, was mentioned in over 31 million posts on the social network on voting day alone. And Hurricane Sandy, which battered the east coast of the United States, generated over 20 million tweets between October 27th and November 1st. Google has uploaded this video showing which online searches took top billing in 2012. It highlights the prominent role played by the internet in covering events like America's presidential election, the superstorm Hurricane Sandy slamming the east coast of the United States, and looks back at some of the key figures hitting the headlines this year, like Felix Baumgartner, Korean singer Psy, and also the athletes who competed in the London Olympic Games back in summer.
Yes.